Before we start the session, I want to discuss your client rights. Everything that we discuss in here will be confidential. So that means that I won't discuss anything in here with anyone else. It just stays between me and you. The only way that I would break confidentiality is if, for three reasons, if you are a harm to yourself or to someone else, if I have to discuss your situation with my supervisor, and if I get subpoenaed by the court. Do you have any questions about your client rights? Okay, so can you tell a little bit about what brings you in today?
So part of the reason I'm here today is because I feel like I've been getting depressed. I sleep a lot, I'm tired, I'm exhausted. I sometimes don't have energy or motivation to do any of my assignments. I sometimes, and I don't know if this is stress related or mental health related or if it's just my period, but I cry sometimes when I'm by myself.
Okay.
So I feel like I'm going through a lot of depression and stress induced anxiety. I don't know.
Okay, and so when do you feel like these symptoms started for you?
I would say in the last couple weeks because I just started school.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it might have been like an accumulated over the last couple weeks. I go to work 3 days out of the week, and then the other 2 days I go to school, and then I have this big wedding in my family coming up, so I have a lot of responsibilities on myself. And on top of that, I have to visit my parents every weekend, so there's just so many
Sounds
things.
like you have a lot going on and like you have a lot of people that expect a lot from you, so it seems very stressful. Okay, so tell me about like your day. Typically, like what do you do throughout your day, and like at what point in your day do you feel like the most stressed?
So I wake up and some days are good. I've had some days where I'm not too exhausted or groggy, but I just get myself out of bed, get ready. I go to work or school. I know before when I would wake up in the morning, I'd get ready. Like I would put on makeup and like wear, my professional clothes, but now I just don't have time for it. I don't care. I used to make myself lunch all the time to prepare for it before, but now I don't do that a whole lot or I don't put a lot of time into it. Um, so I'll go to work and then take my break and then come home. So 8 to 5 I work or go to school.
Okay.
And then I come home in the evening and then most days I just feel like sleeping. So I'll take a nap and then maybe go on my computer for a little bit and then get ready for bed in the evening.
Do you feel like you practice self-care at all, or?
Yes and no. I'll get very distracted if I'm on my computer sometimes because I'll go watch a movie for a little bit, distract myself with that. So I think that might be my form of self-care, but I'll get carried away because it leads to procrastinating because I'm just so tired and exhausted. So it's easier to just sit there and watch a movie that can help me fall asleep rather than um, try to do my homework or something. So, yeah.
So do you feel like maybe the root of the problem is like you have too much going on right now that you can
Yeah,
handle?
I definitely, yeah, because I'll be thinking throughout the day, like, I have to do this, I have to do this, but I don't have time to do and get to all the things I have to do. It's just not enough time for me to do it because every time by the time I get home, I'm exhausted or I have other chores and stuff I need to do. And by the time those chores are done, I don't have time to get to my homework properly or catch up or get ahead for the next day. If I'm lucky, sometimes I can call in sick for work and get that day to myself. Or if I don't have to go home for the weekend, I can give myself the whole weekend to, get all that done. But yeah, I don't think I have any strict form of self-care that I practice.
Okay. Do you feel like there's maybe something in your schedule that you can change that you where you could fit in self-care or maybe make some more time for yourself so that you're not feeling so stressed out?
Yeah, I think definitely maybe give myself at least half an hour because sometimes I know that if I have to come home and sit down. I can't come home and start doing all my chores. But if I give myself a strict time limit, I think I might be able to follow it every day. to, give myself time to rest and then get into all the other things I need to do, to do my chores. So for self-care, I don't know, I could just try to give myself an hour, half an hour or something. Um, yeah, and then I know for work, it's been getting very hectic, so I do plan on leaving soon so I can give myself those 3 days, get those 3 days back for myself throughout the week, to start assignments early and get ahead and stuff
And
like
how do you
that.
feel about that, about leaving work?
I feel really, I really look forward to it because I think it's gonna be like a burden that's gonna be off my shoulders. It's gonna be one less responsibility, one huge responsibility I don't have to worry about because although my work is flexible and letting me come in 3 days a week instead of 5 days, not having to worry about work, not having to worry about clients and caseloads and productivity and stuff is going to be one less thing that will maybe make me feel less anxious all the time and
Okay.
like looking forward to or preparing for and stuff like that, and help me maybe catch up on rest because waking up at 5 a.m. every single day, or those days when I have to go and then getting ready and like even being in the zone at work, it's very challenging. Well, yeah, it's a little challenging for me right now because I'll have other things on my mind and I can't focus on the tasks I have to do for work. Um, but yeah.
Okay, well, it sounds like you already kind of have a plan of what you need to do to help you with your depression, the symptoms that you're feeling and whatnot. But what about a support system? Because being a student can be really stressful. So do you
Mhm.
have a support system that you have where you can talk to someone about, like, if you're not feeling too good on a certain day or?
Um, Yeah, I would say so. I mean, I live with my cousin, so she's always there too, but we kind of have our own things that we do, so most of the times I'm alone by myself. So she's busy, I'm busy. And my parents live an hour away, but even if I did kind of speak with them or they wouldn't understand much, they couldn't help out much. I do have a friend, a college roommate that I talk to when I can talk to her. We would just talk for hours and hours, and I feel like I could share a lot of things with her. She's very great in listening, and I just enjoy talking to her so much. But even talking to her, it's like a limited capacity where I'm unable to kind of she's not available all the time because she has her own thing going on and she's in a whole different city.
Okay.
But so yeah, I don't really have a lot of friends here because I'm new in town, but other than that, I would say just my friend that I can talk to on the phone.
So you feel that your symptoms improve after talking to your friend because you feel like you have a safe place to discuss
Yeah,
how you
yeah,
feel.
it's very nice talking to her. I'll tell her about everything I've been like kind of going through, new things, random things, anything basically. And yeah, I wouldn't say it's ideal to be talking to her all the time because it's like also wasted time, but I do feel significant. I do feel a lot better when I talk to her or talk with her, just sit there and say anything I want to because she's very non-judgmental, very
Yeah.
fair.
I wouldn't say that, that's a waste of time because it sounds like it's very therapeutic for you to
Hmm.
talk to her. And it sounds like it's also kind of like a form of self-care because it makes you feel better.
Hmm.
So that's really good. What about family? What's your family dynamics like?
Well, I have a brother who's also in school right now, and then I have my parents who live in Porterville, which is an hour away. And then I have family here in Bakersfield too, so sometimes it's very fun to kind of be able to hang out with my nieces and nephews, just to kind of get away from responsibilities about work or school or home because I'm not in the home, so I'm not thinking about all that. So it's very nice to kind of talk and mingle with them, especially because I haven't, growing up, I wasn't always close with them.
Mhm.
Um, so they're fun and nice to talk to and stuff. So, um, yeah, yeah, so that's something too. It's very, because when I talk with them or when we go hang out with them, we're able to get involved in other activities, socialize in the community, in the Indian community in
Mhm.
Bakersfield, because I don't know